I'm nervous. Lando bot. Everyone wants Lando bot to return. So if worse comes to worse, I can quit out of the game and let Lando bot do the rest of it, and he'll probably win.
Yeah,
Lando bot was good last week. Lando bot was very impressive.
Wasn't he? It's a bit of a surprise to everyone.
Lando, I've got to ask, was it Lando bot involved with the Jimmy Broadbent crash? Was that the Lando bot? And if not, who was at fault there? Was it Jimmy's fault or yours?
Obviously Jimmy's. Come on. I would put the blame on me, to be honest. Not all of it, but the majority. Like, I was coming back a bit towards the left. I was expecting him to go a bit more as well. And I think, yeah, then we just tangled. He just clipped my rear, or I clipped his front, and it's kind of pushed us both, and mainly me, into the barriers. So I would actually put it down to me.
Okay, well, listen, will you be facing the Shed Dweller tonight? I can't give too much away right now, but I want to ask about last night's Twitch stream aid. Congratulations, over $10,000. You really put the incentive out for everybody by saying you would either A, shave all your hair off, or now you've stepped back and you're going to dye it. Where are we at, Lando?
Well, I said I would shave my hair off completely. Like, not completely, you know, I still have a bit of hair. I wouldn't be completely Lando Norris, but I would shave it off. But then everyone was complaining that we hit the goal, and no one wants me to shave my hair off. I don't know. Everyone thinks I have good hair. I don't know why. I don't even think it's very good. But so I set the new challenge that if they wanted me to keep it, then I would just dye it instead of cut it all off, because, you know, I've got a lot of time to spend at home. I'm sure my hair would grow back within like the next 3 months.
Okay, well, I have to say, Lando, I love whatever product you've used tonight. It looks ready and set for this. Now, let's get to the format. Thank you. Let's get to the format then. You will have tonight 3 head-to-head challenges versus some very special guests, as you can see in front of you now, and you will get 1 point for each win. Then we will move on to challenge 4, and this is where it gets a little bit juicy, because it'll be a throwback challenge, and you'll be racing against 19 F1 fans who, I have it on good authority, have been in a sim rig before. So hopefully they'll be good drivers, and you'll get 1 point for each objective. That's what's in the mix, but it's secret, that throwback challenge. Let's look at the schedule for everybody at home. We will kickstart challenge 1 at 8:10. Challenge 2 follows challenge 1. That's at 8:25.
What's after that?
That will be challenge 3.
Okay, got it.
And then 8:40. And then I've done enough reading. You can see challenge 4 below. There we go. That is the schedule for you. So based on that, Lando, you feeling a little bit nervous about everything, or are you okay?
I mean, we're doing. I don't know. I'm in a lobby for Silverstone, but apparently I'm not going to know that we're doing Silverstone. So.
Oh, Lando, give it. No, that's enough of you, Lando. I've had enough for the time being. Let's go then to the first challenge. This is the Pro-Am Face-Off. This is what's going to be happening tonight. He's giving everything away, but stay tuned, because we will find out who he is up against. It's a head-to-head challenge, 5 laps. This person will get a 20-second handicap over Lando. So they will get 20 seconds head start over Lando, and 1 point for the win. And Lando, you know what it's all about. Points mean prizes. So let's find out who the challenger is tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the one and only Mr. Ian Poulter, a.k.a. the Postman. And I believe, Ian, you're with us right now. Might be a slight delay, though. It might be a slight delay. Ian Poulter, are you with us?
I'm with you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Ian. For a moment there, I thought you weren't with us, and this challenge would be very, very dull. Where are you in the world, Ian?
I've been sitting in this seat for half an hour.
Okay, I'll talk to management if I can and get that sorted for you, but you'll have to sit in it for a little bit longer. Ian,
that's fine.
We saw you 7 days ago in the first virtual Grand Prix in Bahrain. Big F1 fan. How have you looked forward to this challenge tonight?
Well, there's good news and bad news for Lando. The bad news is I've been putting hours and hours and hours in. But I guess the good news is I'm still crap.
Okay. Have you been testing on this track, Ian?
I've done a little bit. Yeah,
know
I
what
might have
track
done
we're
about 4 or 5 laps.
4 or 5 laps or 4 or 5 hours?
A couple of hours.
Couple of hours, we'll take that. So it's 5 laps, Ian. Do you think 20 seconds is going to be enough time for you to make sure Lando does not get that important point tonight?
Well, we will see. I mean, if I keep it on the surface, then there's half a chance. If I come off, it's all over. So I need to take it sensibly.
Yeah, but don't forget, it's just you and Lando on the track, so it should be okay. Now, I've got to ask, we know, Ian, that you're a bit of an eccentric dresser. I'd say quite bougie. That's a compliment. But Ian, what are you wearing tonight for this race?
Shorts and a t-shirt. In fact, my tournament shirt. I'm fully tournamented up, just like Lando. He's got his Renault and McLaren shirt on. So let's see.
All right. Well, listen, gentlemen, I'll let you. Oh, actually, Ian, why did you choose the track that you've chosen tonight? And for the first time, can you reveal what that circuit is?
The track that Lando just called out a minute ago. Yeah. I mean, it's about 25 minutes from my home. So I love the circuit. It's great.
Okay, I believe that is Silverstone we're going to. Gentlemen, I'll let you go and get ready. Jack, bit of fun already. We're having
fun. It took us 10 minutes into the show,
Boom!
But some fun is occurring. Great news. Looking forward to this. I think 20 seconds is going to be tough, because if you do 20 divided by 5, you get...
By 5, you get big time. Yeah, times. I'm just being told in my ear. I had to go there because I'm not good at maths. So listen.
4?
Yeah, I know 4. I know, but I was just for the joke. Let's have a little look at the circuit. Let's do a little flyover. Jack, tell me about this Silverstone track, which is 4. 4 was the answer.
Yeah, so 4 was the answer, which means that basically Ian needs to be no less than 4 seconds a lap slower around this Silverstone circuit, which I think is doable, to be honest. We've seen the track there, lots of fast corners, lots of places where you can make big errors. And I think that's what Ian was referencing, is if you make a mistake at Copse or at Stowe or at Abbey, you can have a big spin and lose a lot of time. So that's where the pressure's going to be. And it sounds like he just wants to, consolidate, I suppose, rather than going for any crazy lap times.
Yeah, shorts and t-shirt, Ian Poulter. He's used to making clutch putts. I think he could clutch this out. I think he could deny Lando Norris 1 point. Who do you think is going to get that point? And I know that Poulter can't get a point.
What's a clutch putt?
A clutch is when it comes down, you need to putt it in one putt, rather than taking 2 shots or 3 shots.
Okay.
So he really is the man, ice cold. He just nails it. So therefore, who's going to get the point?
I think I'm going clutch man on this one. I'm going Ian Poulter's going to win this one.
Okay. Well, there you go. Well, listen, as we get ready, the guys are going to be.
I can almost read the comments in my mind on the YouTube chat now that I've gone against Lando for the first. I'm going to be getting a lot of stick.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, I have been given a very important job here. I'm going to tell Ian Poulter when to go, when the green light happens. He'll do that himself. But then I will be telling Lando when he can hit the accelerator. Lando and Ian, can you hear me?
Can indeed.
Can hear you loud and clear.
Loud and clear. That sounds like it's too loud for you. All right then, gentlemen. When you are ready and the setup happens, you know that, Lando, you'll be going when I give you the signal. Is that okay?
I got it.
Perfect. Here we go then. Jack, you're predicting that Ian Poulter's going to get this. What do you guys reckon? #ChallengeLando is the Twitter handle to use throughout this. Let's go to the first challenge tonight in the F1 Esports. #ChallengeLando. So just to reiterate, sort of corners to avoid for Ian?
Well, you can't avoid any of the corners, can you? What a ridiculous question. You've got to go down the whole lap. So Ian's about to start now, but the danger corners are going to be the first corner, I think, at Abbey, which will be the right-hander here, which...
Couldn't get disqualified.
I don't know what's happened to Lando there, but Ian's on his way now up towards the village hairpin. And are you going to tell Lando when to go?
I believe I am.
Well, you better do. It must be soon, surely.
I will get the signal. Go, Lando! Lando, go! It's a green light for Lando. Off he goes.
Okay, so Ian's out there in the Renault. Lando Norris, there we go. So he's 23.3 seconds behind. So you're a little bit slow on that one.
I can only take the adjudication call when I get it in my ear.
No, that's fair enough. So
What I meant was, what corner could be the worst for Ian Poulter?
yeah, Abbey and Stowe, I think, are going to be the tricky ones. We'll see Stowe in a couple of moments because Maggots and Beckett's, you can lose a lot of time there, but we're on board with Lando, and the gap's still 23.1 seconds. So it hasn't closed in a huge amount, but we're only halfway around the first lap. Again, that 4 seconds a lap has got to be the margin, except it's going to be a bit more than that now because the gap was up to 23.
A very competitive man is Ian Poulter. Loves it when he uses that motivational chips on his shoulder to deliver. I like the fact that you've backed him tonight. That says a lot of faith in Ian. He obviously has been putting the hours into F1 Co-Masters 2019 game. So Lando, what's happening at the moment? Do you feel off the pace at the moment?
Well, yeah. I mean, I just. I mean,
Come on, Lando. Where are you?
I'm 21. All right, you better speed up, mate. Yeah, I do feel very off the pace. You know, this combination is very different to the one I last drove, so I need to focus.
He needs to focus.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure Ian needed a head start at all, to be honest.
I've had a couple of horrendous corners.
Yeah, good.
Corners.
Oh my god, I only caught 2 seconds.
Okay, there's still time. 4
There's-
more laps to go.
Technically, there's still time, but I don't think there actually is time.
Does Lando reckon that Ian's going to come off the track at any minute now, and that will get him that time back?
Well, I think that's going to be the big thing now. Ian, you just got to keep it on the black stuff.
I'm trying. Trust me, I'm trying. I'm focused.
And whatever you
This
do,
is like
do not pit.
This is like holding one of those. This is like holding one of those 8-footers for the Ryder Cup.
So Lando's coming through the right-hander at Luffield now, over the old start-finish straight in the gravel.
Oh no! Who's in the gravel?
No, it's all
Oh, I know,
well,
I'm pushing.
just a couple of wheels in the gravel, that's all. And I love the way you said who's in the gravel, Ian. You would know if it was you, right?
Come on.
The fans are out to see you clinch this, Ian, as you can see them in the stands
Oh,
there.
I've gone very deep there.
Good, keep doing that.
Right, about to start lap 3 of 5. The gap is just under 20 seconds now. This is in the bag, isn't it?
It's gotta be. Anything can happen though. Anything can happen. Lap 3. This is a monumental task, isn't it?
Oh, I've gone deep again.
Are you aware of apexes, Ian?
Shh. Listen. Have we got
I'm
speed?
hardly catching.
Have we got Speedster there as well? Have you got him tuned in as well yet or not?
No, it's just you and
Be a
Lando.
little surprise for Lando. Oh, what am I doing?
The good news is, Ian, you do not have to park the car.
What's the gap? What's the gap, boys? What's the gap?
Just under 18 seconds, Ian. Did you choose the Renault to drive in? Is that your car of choice?
Yes. Well, no, not really, but it's DP World who now.
I mean, he would
sponsors
obviously love to be in a McLaren.
Are you? Oh, I tell you what.
It's all right. I've saved it.
He was all over the grass on the entry to Chapel. That was a sketchy one.
What's the gap, boys? What's the gap? I can't see it on the screen.
It's under 17 seconds now. You're about to start the second to last lap. So, this feels doable, Ian.
I think Lando had a bit of a. He didn't get off the line quick enough.
Yeah, trying to screw me over.
Lando is concentrating so much right now. Ian, have you had any dreams? Did you have any dreams ahead of this race? You know those dreams where you being chased? It's a terrifying experience.
Well, I mean, I nudged Lando off the track last week, so I'm just, it's probably wise to set me as far in front of him as possible.
Yeah, I think the adjudicators might be talking about this one after 23 seconds, you said, didn't you, Jack?
Yeah. Gap's down to 15 seconds, though, so he's made... So, yeah, I think even if it had been the actual 20, I still don't think Lando will be making it. Still, anything can happen in the last lap and a half. Well,
Okay, I'm gonna go flat out.
It's going to go flat. What, you won?
Oh, I've gone wide. Oh, no! No!
What's happened? We
No!
can't see it. We can't see it.
No!
There's a yellow flag in sector 2.
The yellow flag!
It's alright! It's alright! Oh. Come on, compose.
Okay, he's just coming out onto the hangar straight now. We didn't see what happened. What
Where is
happened
it
to you,
now? I've
Ian?
gone all the way through the grass in the S's. I've made a right hash up of it. What's the gap?
11.3 seconds. You just got to do a clean final lap, and you should be all right.
I've got it. I'm cool. It's all good, boys. It's all good. It's all good from there.
Treat this as your hot lap, Ian. Come on.
It's not hot at all. It's far from hot. Where's Lando? Where is he?
He's just under 9 seconds behind you, Ian. What have you stopped?
Go, go, go!
No! I thought that was the line!
It's not that was the
Are you
line.
joking? Are you joking? There's one more lap, Ian.
Oh no!
Oh, but I'm there!
He's not kidding. Jack, he's not kidding. What was happening there?
I
I've seen
just
that.
stopped on the line. I thought it was a line.
He's just given up after the 17th.
Oh no!
Oh, but I'm there! No, this is a fix! I thought it was the line.
Yeah, but if it's a fix, you're the one that's fixed it.
Oh, what an... Oh, I was trying to be smart. It's all backfired. It's gone horribly
Oh,
wrong.
you tried being the big guy here, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, you beat Lando Norris, so backfired.
Absolutely knocked it off. No, I was trying to be... Oh, no, what a muppet.
You're only 2.5 seconds behind.
Come on, Ian. Push, push, push. Lando, slow down a bit. Come on.
I'm absolutely
I'm not
gutted.
doing an Ian.
I'm gutted.
The new phrase is doing an Ian in F1.
I was on the last lap.
Oh,
Oh,
he's off the road again.
no. I can't believe it.
He cannot add and leave it.
I'm in low fuel mode as well now. This is
No,
even
that
worse.
is,
It's all
that's
gone.
karma for Bahrainian.
Look, I'm in low fuel mode. I'm in low fuel mode. I'm crawling now at like...
Will you be 20 seconds behind, Ian?
I thought I was being so smart as well. Look at that. What an absolute muppet.
Yeah, that is fairly embarrassing in the end. I don't know why your
Celebrate.
driver's celebrating.
Oh,
Nice try, Ian. Nice try, Ian. There's always another time.
No. I've
So,
ruined it.
do some math.
what have
I've
we just
ruined
witnessed? Ian, I want to get your thoughts before I come to you, Ian. Lando, well, a grace, a mistake from Ian Poulter has given you your first point for tonight's F1 Esports hashtag challenge, Lando. Do you feel like he gave you that point or you earned that point?
No, I forced him into that mistake.
No, you didn't.
He
You didn't. It was all this nonsense going on in my ear. I couldn't focus. I thought I was being so
Oh,
smart.
there we go. Excuses are coming out now. Look, Ian thought Ian thought he was about to be the Formula One driver, and he got
No,
way
listen,
overconfident.
You got lucky. You got lucky. You got lucky. I would have. I mean, look, if it was fair, I reckon it'd have been 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow, I mean, I did lose 3 at the start.
Ian,
I gave you 20 in the middle of the race.
Ian, I'll come to you. It did feel very Arsenal from you, Ian. How did you see that race?
It was all going too well, and I just, yeah, I've choked like a pig. I thought I was on the last lap. I thought I would stop on the line, and didn't realise there was another lap to go.
Did I still beat you to the line?
Yeah, you did.
Well,
I still beat you on lap 4 to the line.
Yeah.
Oh
well,
my god!
only because I stopped. I completely stopped on the track.
Yeah, but
No, but the point is,
yeah, but
the point is, even if that was the last lap, Lando was still across the line first, so he would have won.
oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. I mean, it's just. I mean, seriously, I'm streaming this as well. I could drop a. I just can't even say what I want to say.
I know you can't, Ian, but listen, I mean, we had you on to steady the nerves, steady the ship against Lando tonight, but I feel like you've lifted everybody's spirits with that showing. So thank you so much, Ian. Any final thoughts, maybe some advice to the other drivers who'll be challenging Lando tonight?
Ian, so I got a couple thoughts.
Yeah, go on, Lando, go on.
Stick to God.
Wow.
Wow. It's getting all personal now.
Ian, have you enjoyed yourself this evening?
No, I'm absolutely headless, fuming. I can't tell you how angry I am right now. My golf clubs are about 2 feet from me, and I'm about to smash every one of these TVs up that's sitting in front of me.
All right, well, we might need you back for a future F1 Esports # Challenger driver. But listen, we bid you farewell. Thank you very much for taking part tonight, Ian.
Cheers, boys. Thanks, Lando.
No, pleasure, Ian.
See ya.
It's a good job he did all that practice, isn't it?
Yes.
Hours and hours well spent, I would say.
He was showboating. That's what happened.
Yeah. Everyone knows you showboat, you lose. That's life.
Get across the line, do some wheel spins, figure of eights, donuts, whatever you need to do. Listen, there you go, Lando. You have won the first challenge. You get your point. We move on to challenge number 2. We're calling this Young Pretender. This is challenge number 2. Basically, we've got an upcoming driver, a young racer, someone to watch for the future is going to be taking you on. This is challenge number 2. Lando will be going into this, Jack, feeling a bit confident, won't he, with this?
Will he? Well,
Really?
maybe he did. He wasn't super comfortable at the start, so we'll see how much practice this driver has done. Because this time there's no 20-second advantage. They're just going to be full on head-to-head.
Well, they are indeed. But this challenger, Young Pretender, head-to-head challenge, 5 laps, 1 point for the win. Hopefully won't stop before the line. Our contestant, the challenger, is tonight, it's the one and only Mr. Dino Beganovic, a very young Ferrari driver who I believe we can chat to right now. Dino, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Ah, Dino, lovely to have you on board. Did you happen to watch what just happened with Ian Poulter there?
Yes, I saw that.
Okay, all right, so please don't do that. You were trying to deny Lando a point. I wanted to ask you, first of all, about last weekend. How did you find the experience in the F1 Esports Virtual Grand Prix in Bahrain?
First of all, it was a great opportunity to race against other F1 drivers in a F1 event. So it was a really cool experience to be there and race against them and other celebrities, especially with Nico Hülkenberg, which I raced quite hard with in the middle of the race. It was great fun.
Okay, now you were driving alongside a fellow FDA Hublot driver, Robert Schwartzman. Was there any rivalry there, Dino?
I mean, you always want to be in front of your teammates, so of course there was.
Okay, well, good. Well, Dino, I've got to ask about a little bit of your racing experience. For those not familiar with you, what's your background in racing?
So I've been racing karting since now. When I step up to Formula 4 with Prema Power Team and Ferrari Driver Academy. So last year I was driving OK Senior and I had a really good year with very good pace with the podium places, Italian champion and Swedish champion. So it was a great year. And now stepping up to Formula 4 in single seaters, so it's a big challenge to be here.
Yeah, indeed. Now, you are part, as you mentioned, the Ferrari Driver Academy. People will be watching this right now, and they want to know, what does that entail, Dino? Is it 24/7 you have to be wearing Ferrari colours?
No, not really. So they're helping a lot the drivers in the academy, try to make their dreams come true, working a lot of track with Ferrari. So no, but they are helping a lot. I can't really say what and how, but yeah, it's a great opportunity to be a part of it.
Indeed, and it's a massive opportunity for you tonight, so I don't want you to hold back in any way, Dino. Have you got any final words for Lando and this challenge?
Not really, just we will see how it goes.
Okay, well, there you go. Lando, what do you make of those fighting talk words from Dino?
That's cute. No, I don't know. In my years of growing up, I feel like I'm meant to be the professional guy here, but I don't really feel like it, because I remember growing up and obviously racing against the guys who I looked up to in the categories above and in Formula 1. But I've also learned not to underestimate a lot of the younger kids, although I kind of say that only being a few years older than him. yeah, not to underestimate anyone. All right, so I still need to push hard, and I think it'll be a bit easier than Ian. Sorry, Ian. Sorry, a bit harder than beating Ian, but I think it's going to be.
All right, well, listen, Lando, thank you very much for your words. Thank you very much to Dino as well. We'll let you get ready. Jack, an enthralling first challenge that had everything for the avid fan and for the part-time fan that had everything. This challenge is going to be more difficult for Lando. He is actually, as he said, going to have to take this challenge seriously.
Yeah, well, I think he took the last challenge seriously, to be fair. It was handed to him on a plate by Mr. Poulter, but prior to that, he wasn't quite close enough to close the gap. So I think this one's going to be really tough. Dino raced in the virtual Grand Prix last week, as you said. He showed pretty well. He was running up in the top 10 at various points throughout the race. So this is going to be tough. Are you going to ask me who's going to win this one?
I can do.
Okay, now.
So, yeah, I'll do it now.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Jack, who do you think's going to get the point here?
It's a really tough one. It's a really tough one.
I feel like I've thrown this question on you.
I'm totally unprepared for the answer, which is going to be... I'm going Lando. I'm backing Lando on this one. I backed Ian Poulter in the first round. He let me down massively as an embarrassment, and so I'm backing Lando for this second one.
Okay, and we're obviously back on Silverstone, so we're going to use the same track. We've watched it. Dino mentioned he'd watched Ian Poulter. He didn't do badly, and it was just that one mistake. Dino, we're not expecting the same sort of mistakes driving, and obviously having a bit of an apex turn problem that Ian had at various points. So how will Dino attack this?
I'm excited to see what he can, because this is a guy who hasn't raced a car yet. That's what's so exciting about Dino. He's a 16-year-old from Sweden, part of the Ferrari Young Driver Academy, been super impressive in karting, but making that step up to cars can suit some people better than others. So he's due to have his first year in Formula 4 this year. Obviously, we don't know when that's going to be. So I think he's going to be and these guys have grown up racing on these kind of tracks. So away we go. Bogdanovic, unsurprisingly, in the Ferrari. I think Norris has got the better start here and might get him into Abbey Curve, and he does. So Norris already in front, but this is just 5 laps head to head. Good start from Lando.
Yeah, but look at that neck and neck, though. Dino won't be happy about that, but he'll be pushing Lando throughout the race. And obviously we'll have DRS as well, which will come into play in this, and trying to keep as close as he possibly can. And Dino sounded confident. He's coming off the back of a few wins in sim racing recently in F4, so...
Oh, this is going to... You know what? This is going to be really, really tight. I've backed Lando and I'm sticking with it, but he's got a lot of pressure.
And obviously these guys will be able to hear us right now. Wait to jump in, maybe at the end of lap 1, to see how both drivers are feeling. Dino coming off there. So is this the perfect ideal situation to be leading at this stage and trying to separate, get a distance?
Ideally you would have wanted to crash out by this point. I mean, of course it's the...
No, but I mean, in terms of the target, you want a target on your back throughout this race?
Yeah, sometimes some drivers, it depends. Some drivers are really good at getting out in front and just disappearing up the road. Sebastian Vettel maybe is a good example of that. If he's in front at the end of the first lap, you're not seeing him again, whereas some drivers like to do the chasing, and I suppose I would characterise Lewis Hamilton as that. If he's behind someone, he's going to be wanting to hunt them down. So end of lap 1, Norris is 0.8 of a second ahead of Bogdanovic.
Lando, how do you feel after that first lap?
I'm nervous. Like, I don't know if he's using automatic deployment or manual. So he's much quicker than what Ian is. So I don't want to talk to you guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
You know,
we're putting on a whole TV show all about you, and you don't want to talk to us.
I'm sorry. Look, nothing means more to me that, oh my God, guys, this is your fault.
All right, carry on.
Look what you made me do.
He's within 4/10 now, Lando. You need to concentrate.
Yes, you're...
Oh, I feel like later on, if there was somewhere that we could be more of his team radio, we'd really be sabotaging his race. It is neck and neck now.
But in all seriousness, it shows how much these sim racers are... Oh, goodness me, Bogdanovic just had a massive one at Magus and Beckett's. Dino, what happened?
No, I just lost it. I think it was a bit of dirty air there.
Oh, Oh, dirty air. That was
Do you want me to wait for you?
Oh,
Do you want me to
no.
be nice?
Oh no!
I'll be
Lando.
nice, right? I'll be nice.
Okay, we'll do a little reset. Don't polter it though, Lando.
No, I'm not part of no. I'm not that silly.
Come on, Dino.
But in all seriousness, we saw Lando just one little chat with us here,
Yeah.
and he's all out of shape at Luffield, and that's the kind of thing that you hear drivers in real F1.
How did they manage that then? Because
Yeah, well, you so often you hear them shouting at their engineers for talking to them through a corner. You know, they want to be spoken to on the straight, and that is the perfect example of how much concentration is required, even in sort of the game mode of this. So Bogdanovic 1.2 seconds back now from Norris. In fact, he's got DRS here. Is the DRS no, maybe not quite in DRS range as he closes in down into Brooklands. Super late on the brakes there. Lap 3 of 5.
I mean, when you look at Monaco as a track, where on earth, or Baku, where do they talk to the drivers without one tiny mistake? They're going to come off the track or some sort of crash or something like that. That must be incredibly difficult. Whereas something like Silverstone, there are more straights that they can really chat to the driver.
Yeah, Monaco's a good example, because the other thing with Monaco is you get quite dodgy. I don't know, maybe it's a bit better these days, but in the old days you used to get really dodgy radio reception because you're in all the houses and you're under tunnels, and so you can't guarantee that you're going to be heard. Now the DRS is open for Bogdanovic. Here we go. Down into Stowe. Is Lando going to defend? Oh, he does late in the day. Bogdanovic to the outside.
Oh!
Wheel to wheel. Norris shows him the door. Bogdanovic has got the inside, though.
Oh, there's some contact there, surely.
Just a little bit. This is some defensive driving, that's for sure. Another little DRS run here. Down into Abbey. Norris defending into Abbey. Puts him slightly offline now for the run into Village.
Oh, my game crashed.
Oh, Dino's game's crashed. So we've got Dino Bot now trying to pass Lando. This will be quite interesting. Dino Bogdanovic has left the session.
Oh, the building, yeah, session.
Or the building.
Yeah, he's left. That is a real shame. As you can see, Lando, you just need to make sure you beat Dino Bot here, and you can have the point. Definitely not talking to us, is he?
No, I think we've ruined all relationship we ever had with him.
Well, that is going to be tough because we are now at 8:35. That's just under an hour with Lando. If we've ruined the relationship, there's 2 more challenges to come. But he is picking up a distance now from Dino Bogdanovic, the bot there. Hopefully we get Dino back on to talk through everything post-race. But he did push him there. It was getting neck and neck.
Yeah, well, they were right together, weren't they? Coming into Maggots and Beckett's, that's where Dino had the big mistake that meant Lando then had to do a little bit of a waiter for him. So yeah, he was really pushing him hard. It was a very, very entertaining race up until that point. And even once Lando waited and they caught back up again, it got very close. That's a nice little slide from Lando. So he's starting the final lap of the race. You still see Dino Bot there right behind him as they start the final lap. But yeah, he was under real pressure there.
Well, just to let everybody know, we're currently watching challenge number 2. This is the young pretender. We had an up-and-coming race driver that everyone needs to remember the name of. This is Dino Bogdanovic, racing as part of the Ferrari Driver Academy. And then we will soon be moving to challenge 3. This is an exciting race against another celebrity guest. And then we move later on tonight to challenge 4 for a throwback challenge.
So I think that's
race done. That is challenge number 2 done. We can safely say due to Dino crashing out of the race, unfortunately means that, and I say this, I am rooting for him. Lando Norris gets another point. That is 2 points out of a possible 2 so far in the challenges.
100% record, I'd call that.
That is beautiful. There are 2 more challenges on the way. We've got the next challenge against a celebrity, and then the final challenge is called the Throwback Challenge. 19 F1 fans racing against Lando Norris. 100% record at this stage. Lando would be very happy with this.
I think he would be, and I think he will be, and I think you can't ask for any more, can you, than a 100% success rate, even if the first one, generous from Mr. Poulter, but the second one we had to work really hard for.
Yeah, and obviously with these challenges, he's going to be taking on another celebrity, hopefully putting him through his paces with that. That's another point up for grabs. And then a chance for 19 F1 fans to drive against Lando. If you have never drived against Lando...
or driven.
Driven against... If you haven't had a drive against Lando... that's a big moment for a couple of people to step up online.
Yeah, 100%. It would be really, really cool to race against a real F1 driver. And that's actually what's quite cool about the whole boom in esports, is that fans of motorsport are getting the opportunity to race against some of their heroes. You had it occasionally, because obviously Lando was racing online before the situation that we're currently in. Same is true of Max Verstappen and a couple of the others. But more and more drivers are entering esports races now, and it's really cool to see. And, you know, like we saw in the virtual Grand Prix last week, we had some fans and some celebrities. Yeah, lovely mix.
Very entertaining. Obviously, I did want to ask Lando a little bit. I don't know if you caught it, the little crash with Verstappen that they had on a particular online race. And I wanted to ask him about that. But a lot of the F1 drivers, or drivers in general, are stepping up now. I can imagine the sim rig orders are going through the roof at the moment for these drivers to just keep their skills ticking over at the moment.
Yeah, and I think people are also really enjoying it, because fundamentally it's still the same process that you go through in a real race. And then if you end up in a real race, it's still that same competition. Dario Franchitti, who's a 4-time Indy 500, 3-time Indy 500 winner, did a race yesterday and won, and he said he wasn't expecting the amount of adrenaline that he got from doing this race. It was really, really fun and nerve-wracking, and he was on the edge. Even before this little challenge Lando fun we're doing, he was saying, I'm feeling a bit nervous. It's kind of the similar adrenaline. Obviously, it's not the same, but it gives you a little taste of that.
Yeah. Right, we are going to get our next guest ready for Challenge 3. A special guest is going to be taking on Lando Norris in Challenge 3. Points are up for grabs. I'm hoping that tonight is a success with your support as well, because I would like to see more F1 drivers step in. Obviously, we're going to have the virtual Grand Prix taking place next Sunday. It's going to be happening in Vietnam for the Grand Prix. It's actually taking place in the Melbourne track. But if we could get more F1 drivers, Jack, involved in this would be great to see. Nicholas Latifi raced last Sunday. If we can get more of them, some maybe guys at home, hashtag Challenge Lando, let us know which F1 drivers you would like to see. Our next challenger, I believe, we can go to him right now, because here he is. This is the challenge, and it changes tonight. So if you're thinking, is this just going to be 5 laps? No, we're moving into an 18-minute qualification. So a point up for grabs will be on the fastest lap time, and Lando will be taking on... oh, wow, Philip Eng. Now, a very, very fast sim racer, this guy. Now, you've seen him over the weekend racing. Here we go, Philip Eng. I believe he's online with us right now. Philip, how are you feeling?
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me. I hope you can understand me loud and clear.
Very loud and clear. Very loud and clear. Are you well? Are you a little bit nervous about the hashtag Challenge Lando tonight?
Well, if you have a guy like Lando Norris racing against you, of course you're nervous. I think that's normal, no matter who you are and where you are from. Look how he's laughing already. I love it. No, I'm super excited. Cool to be part of it.
You've probably seen Lando's setup. Philip, he's got all of his, well, I just wanted to compliment you on the fridge there. Lovely work on the fridge. Can you reach around if you need to get a drink tonight? Not quite,
sure.
Not quite.
Look at that.
Oh, perfect.
On the straight, hang straight. DRS is on the right-hand side, so no problem. My left arm is free.
Perfect. Now, Philip, we were talking about drivers taking up more sim racing at the moment. We know you as a BMW DTM driver, but are you enjoying this time as much as you can for doing more sim racing?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at the moment, it's the only possibility we can actually go racing, and I think it's super cool to be part of it. The most important thing at the minute, of course, is to be healthy at the moment and to stay healthy. But I like this form of racing too, and obviously racing against guys like Lando and all the rest is super cool.
Yeah, it's super cool indeed. Lovely to have you on board with us tonight. Any thoughts on Lando? Maybe some words of encouragement, or I don't know, for him?
Well, you know, a guy of this format, he doesn't need any advice and he doesn't need any big words. So let's just race.
Yeah, Lando, are you feeling confident about taking on Philip in an 18 qualification, 18 minutes?
Well, it's a bit different, obviously, to my last two competitions of racing. This is about trying to hook the lap up, trying to nail the lap. And I've been in a few lobbies with Philip lately, and he's fast. So I think, it's going to be even harder than my previous two competitors. But I'm looking forward to it. I love qualifying. Everyone loves qualifying. But yeah, we'll find out in a bit.
How are you gentlemen going to approach this then, in terms of getting the fastest lap time to secure that point? How will you approach it differently?
I don't think we do. Well, it's 18 minutes, so I guess we can kind of build into it just a little bit. But yeah, it's the last few minutes, I think, when we're going to be getting used to the car and the track a bit more, the setup and so on, and then seeing how we.
Yeah, I think it's just like Lando says, building up to it, getting into sort of a rhythm. Even though it's just a simulation, it feels quite quick for me, especially through maggots and Beckett's. Lando is used to it, I'm not, but let's see how well I can do.
Well, best of luck to both drivers. Lando, is it okay if we talk to you on the straights?
100%.
Okay, good. Fantastic. All right, gentlemen, I'll let you get ready. Jack, different setup. They're talking about it. They're not going to approach it any differently, but they can take their time. They don't need to be flat out 5 laps racing each other. They can take their time and try and get that fastest lap.
Yeah, I think they can build up to it a little bit more, but ultimately it all... you ultimately are still going as fast as you can, especially in these 5-lap sprint races. You're on the edge the whole time, but you've got the distraction of trying to catch someone or trying to defend from someone or trying to overtake someone. Whereas in this, it's just them and the open road. And we saw Philip Eng take pole position for the virtual Grand Prix in Bahrain last weekend, so we know he's a mighty qualifier. This is going to be... I feel like I'm setting this up in a very staged way, but I think this is going to be Lando's toughest challenge yet.
Wow, you heard it here first. So I'm going to put Jack on the spot, as I have done for the last 2 challenges. Jack, if you had some money, who would you put it on?
I'm going Philip Eng.
Okay, all right. Well, you were correct with the last one, so you're 1 out of 2. Hopefully, you're correct with this one. We know how
2
fast...
out of 3 ain't bad if I can get this one right.
Exactly. Philip Eng is fast. What do you guys reckon? Let us know. This is going to be an exciting one. 18 minutes of qualification to try and get the fastest lap to get that 1 point. This is going to be a juicy, some would say quite spicy, this race. We're a couple of seconds away from getting into it. Silverstone again, Jack, so we've watched this track a few times tonight. We know what to look out for. We didn't get to chat to Dino about that sort of getting out of the game, but he'll know what he needs to do. Maybe he could possibly give some tips to Philip to go, this is how you should attack Lando.
Well, I think the key thing for Lando is he's into the groove of Silverstone now. I think if we chucked him a new track that Philip Eng's been practicing all day, if we suddenly went, oh, you've got to do Singapore, then I think that would be a real tough ask. But he's into the groove a little bit of Silverstone, so I think he's got half a chance. I think if he's within 3/10 of Philip Eng, I think that'll be a good effort. I really rate Philip Eng.
Yeah, very, very fast sim racer, and also for his BMW DTM driver. So listen, you have joined us for the F1 Esports hashtag Challenge Lando. 4 challenges tonight. We've had 2 already done in the bag. This is our 3rd challenge. He's taken on Philip Eng at Silverstone. 18-minute qualification. Whoever has the fastest lap will get that point. So we resume the qualification.
Okay, so Lando Norris on his outlap at the moment.
Is Philip driving?
Yeah, he's still in the pits at the moment, I think.
He's waiting for the track to rubber in.
Yeah, exactly. You're the track sweeper.
Cleaning the marbles, exactly.
How much work in the game, Lando, do you have to do to get everything ready for qualifying? Like, are you looking at tyre temps and all that kind of stuff?
Would you mind answering that question, Lando?
What?
Are you looking at tyre temperatures and all that kind of stuff before a quali lap?
For some reason. They've gone very quiet.
Are you looking specifically at the tyre temperatures before you head out onto the track, is what Jack asked?
Oh.
Well, there you go then. That's that then.
Yeah.
No sound for Lando.
Philip, are you looking at tyre temperatures?
Yes, I'm trying just to get some heat into the tires. Would obviously be trying some different approaches in my runs. Let's see what works best.
Okay, so Lando's starting his lap now through the right-hander of Abbey. Oh, so quick up through there, isn't it? Even though it's like a game, it's still mind-blowing how fast these Formula One cars are. Bit of oversteer, but nothing too dramatic.
We're still warming up those tyres, potentially. It was amazing after last Sunday, Jack, and just a lot of my friends and people who aren't necessarily into F1 were just loving the competition last Sunday. And I have to say that Lando and Jimmy Broadbent, that was a fantastic drive that they had, working up from the back of the grid to finish in the top 6. But this is a different sort of race that we're watching tonight, but one where you get to really see the skill level.
Oh, I just wanted to listen to whether he was flat through Copse, maybe a little lift on the exit because he got very wide and over the curbs, coming through Maggotts and Beckett's. But yes, although they still sort of qualified for the Bahrain Grand Prix last week. I can't remember where Lando qualified off the top of my head.
Well, he didn't, unfortunately.
He didn't, did he?
That was down
it.
right at the bottom of the grid.
Yeah, so that's why he had to fight his way through. So we never really saw what he could do in qualifying. He's always a front runner in the other esports that he takes part in, coming into the final couple of corners now. So this will give us our first benchmark time for Lando Norris. Keep your eye on the top left. We're on board with Philip Eng, who Norris does a 27.835. And we'll see what Philip Eng can do in a couple of moments' time. Right up to the curve on the Exeter Chapel, now down the hanger straight for the former Porsche Super Cup champion, former Formula 2 racer as well. Bit of GT racing in the past. That's pretty wide at Stowe. I think Lando might be quick. This is just from my visual eyes looking at it. Across the line comes Philip Eng, and no, he goes quicker by half a second.
Wow.
And I think there's still time in there for Philip Eng, so that's a good lap. Half a second quicker than Lando Norris on the first run.
I'm just having a little search for what sort of times we can expect to see in this, and whether they're up there or that's a bit slow for these gentlemen. How did that feel, Philip, driving that first lap?
Neither of them are listening to us now.
Really? They've gone off us, haven't they?
Yeah, looks as though they're going for 2 push laps. Here comes Lando now into Stowe. Much neater than Philip was through there. But he's coming into the pits, actually, so he isn't going 2 push laps. He's returning to the pits, and he'll put on a new set of tyres and head out again. So very much first blood to the Red Bull of Philip Eng, the Red Bull athlete and BMW DTM driver.
Lando, you're in the pit. What's going on?
Even in the pits.
Even in the pits, where audio is probably its best.
Yeah.
Lando,
Yeah, I can't hear you guys for some reason. I can like just about, but it's gone really quiet, so I can't answer anything.
well, there you go. That's the official PR line there from Lando. He really wants this extra point today. So having a bit of technical difficulty getting to be heard by the two drivers, but they're pitting. Why are they pitting now? Is it a change of tyres potentially, Jack, in here to
100%?
To maybe get that little bit faster?
Yeah, the tyres will have their peak for sort of one qualifying lap. So they'll go out, do one lap, and then that's the best of the tyres gone. We may see them, although having said that, oh no, Eng's pitted and come back out again, hasn't he? But yeah, the one lap you get on the tyres is going to give you the best lap, and so there's no point carrying on when you can come in and put a new set on. It's absolutely unlimited, the tyres that they can use here in this session. So that's the reason for coming into the pits. Eng is on his out lap now.
And in terms of the tactics as well, fuel, keeping it as low as possible for this fastest lap as well?
Yeah, so they might make some setup changes in between their runs. They might do little tweaks potentially, but I would think that Philipp Eng in particular will be fairly happy with his setup, considering he would have been doing a bit of practice on this throughout the day. So we'll see what he can do on his second run. Norris is on his out lap as well, so half a second between them. That's pretty close. And we'll see whether they can hook up. Oh! And that's not ideal. Maybe a little bit of a... tyres look okay, actually, so he might get away with that one, Lando. He's on his out lap, so there's not a timed run. So he's got... he might still be absolutely fine.
So just over 10 minutes to go in this 18-minute qualification. Who can get the fastest lap time will get the point. Sadly, though, it feels like, the driver should stay on. Winner stays on. But that would make the hashtag challenge Lando a bit rubbish if Philipp Eng does win this. But it all mean that Lando won't get that point. Currently, he has 2 points. He's won 2 challenges so far, and this is the 3rd. We still have the 4th on the way. Ladies and gentlemen, that will be the throwback challenge, which will there be multiple points up for grabs for Lando, and he'll be taking on 19 F1 fans who will be racing against him. So far he's had 1 celebrity guest joining him. So far tonight we've had Ian Poulter, we've also had Dino Beganovic, a young Ferrari Driver Academy driver, and now currently we're watching this, Philipp Eng. So Philipp, how are you feeling about the race so far, this qualification?
It's good fun. Fairly happy with my first flying lap. Did a few mistakes, so I think there is still a little bit of lap time in. Let's see.
Okay.
Starting my second run in a few seconds.
Okay, so here's Philipp Eng coming through the last couple of corners and out to start his second flying lap. Norris is already on his second flying lap. Here he comes up into Abbey, flat out through here. No trouble at all. Then up to the village and into the loop. Oh, a little bit deep in there from Philipp. Pretty neat and tidy through the loop, though. Now into the flat-out left-hander of Aintree and down the Wellington Straight.
Ooh. Favourite circuit? No, I was just looking at the fastest lap time.
Oh, that's deep from Philipp Eng. So I think Norris has got a chance here. If he's had a neat lap, it looked neatish from what we saw at the start. I think Eng's going to be retiring from this particular lap. He's got a little bit sausage curbed on the exit of Club. Norris across the line improves, but still 0.3 of a second away from Philipp Eng. So 127.6 for Norris, 0.3 adrift of Eng. You were going to ask me something.
I was, Jack, because I feel like I've never asked this. We've worked together for the last 3 years, famously in the F1 esports first ever.
Famously?
Well, the Abu Dhabi, that's where we got to know each other. But I've never asked you your favourite Grand Prix to go to commentate. And for what reason would you choose that as your favourite Grand Prix?
Monza. Monza in Italy, because of the history, because of the woods, and because of the pizza and the wine.
Food and drink as well, and another lovely glass of red.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff. Well, that's fantastic there. I just thought I'd ask.
No, it was a good question, but that's my answer. Other circuits are great, but nothing, nowhere in the world beats Monza, even the Gfinity Arena.
Okay, that's where we are tonight, the Gfinity Arena, for the first ever F1 Esports hashtag Challenge Lando. As you can see, Lando in his McLaren is trying to beat the lap time of Philipp Eng. If he manages this in the next 7 minutes, then he will get another point to add to his 2 that he already has, as he completed the first 2 challenges, beating out the competitors that stepped up to take him on. Pitting again
Yeah, well, he did an improvement on that last run, a 1 minute 27.6. Philippe Eng completed his lap, actually, which surprised me a little bit because he went so deep into Brooklands. I would have thought he might have abandoned the lap, but he stayed out, completed it, didn't improve. We're on board with him now, coming through Maggots and Beckett's. The car really sliding, and as a result, he managed to understeer his way onto the grass on the exit of Beckett's and comes down now to Stowe Corner, named after the little village of Stowe, just the other side of the turn. And
I reckon there's a lovely tea room there.
There's a really nice tea room in Bicester.
Is there?
Just up the road. Toaster. Toaster tea rooms.
Oh, very nice.
I had an ex-girlfriend used to work there.
Oh, that discount?
No, because
charged you full rates.
No, I don't think I ever went to Toaster tea rooms.
Oh, okay.
Well, I went, but not like, it wasn't a regular. You don't go to where your other half works. Like,
not
for
unless
fun.
you get a discount. I'd go if there was a discount.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, you don't want to become a. You want to get a name for yourself. Always going in every Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, here's Jack in for another.
Toasted
egg and
tea
cress.
cake.
Yeah, exactly. So 6 minutes left on the clock. This has gone a bit off the what's it, isn't it? Norris making his way out onto the track. Is he going to get 2 more runs in, or maybe just 1? 5.5 minutes to go. He'll start with 4, 3. He might get. I don't think he'll get. I think this might be the last chance for Norris here. Philippe Eng will head out onto the track as well. So 0.3 of a second, the gap between Philippe Eng and Lando Norris as we play for the point in the 3rd Challenge Lando round. What's your favourite racetrack you've been to?
I think for me, first ever Grand Prix I ever went to was in good old Houston, Texas.
Really?
Yeah, amazing experience.
Well, it was Austin. I'm glad you liked it that much, but it was Austin's a great one.
Yeah,
I love that.
Really good energy. I suppose if you're watching it aside, it's not just the sounds, is meeting other F1 fans and kind of getting their story. I won't name drop, but that was back when Marussia.
Who were you going to name drop? What were you going to name drop?
I wasn't going to name drop anything, but just my experience was very different as a first Grand Prix to go
Why?
to.
What happened?
I went into the paddock and was part of the Marussia team, so like wandering around with them, and yeah, so qualification that day wasn't going that well. My friend and I were in the background of every shot of every TV channel.
Oh, really?
We were the only ones smiling in the whole garage there in their pit, but yeah, very, very amazing experience to sort of see it, and it's nothing beats it when it's up close.
Yeah. Right, here comes Norris then. He's starting his flying lap now into Abbey through Farm Curve, because there used to be a farm near there. Now into the loop, because it loops back around.
Okay.
Next corner is Aintree.
Because of the races?
Correct. It's held a Formula 1 Grand Prix race at Aintree.
Not when they're racing the horses as
Not
well.
at the same time.
Okay.
Not like some kind of horrific destruction derby, like a figure of 8 sort of course.
That's where the word horsepower comes from.
Yeah. Do you know how many horsepower a horse has?
1.
14.9.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even lying. You'd think a horse would have 1 horsepower.
Surely.
Yeah.
It's got the power of 14.
No, it's got, yeah, exactly. One horse has 15 horsepower. Here he comes then, Lando Norris, through Maggots and Beckett's.
Is that just a horse that's been working out more than other horses?
I presume it's an average horse. I don't know if we have a specific
How are we
horse.
defining an average horse?
Just your run-of-the-mill horse.
Okay, the ones that go in and get a medium size. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, the ones who order mango and lime, that kind of horse. Here comes Philippe Eng towards Copse Corner, into the right-hander. So we're going to get Norris set his lap time first. So we'll keep an eye on the left-hand side, whether he's able to go quicker than Philippe Eng, and he does, a 1 minute 27.0. So Lando to the top of the times. Eng's going to know that, and he's on the grass coming into Chapel. Opens the DRS. And I think this is going to be the last chance. It is going to be the last chance for these drivers to set a lap time. So Norris has the point at the moment. Can Eng find 0.3 of a second? Oh, that is some track limit abuse. Now into the Vale and Club. Out through the right-hander. Has Norris got the point in round 3? Yes, he has. A 1 minute 27.052 is enough to beat Philipp Eng unless Eng goes for another push lap now. So we'll keep an eye. He might just go for it, considering there's less than 2 minutes to go, and try and improve this time. So it might not. Norris has left the session. He's done. He's happy. We'll see what Philipp Eng can do.
Lando, can you hear us in the pit? That's a negative. That is a negative there on being able... Lando, can you hear us in the pit? I'll try one more time.
Yeah, I can.
To talk us through that fastest lap time, you just got there.
Yeah, I was shaking so much. I did just. I made a few mistakes in the first 2 runs. I kept overdriving a bit, and the 3rd run, I pegged it back, just went for some clean exits, as that's where I was losing all my time. And I've just managed to managed to get it, but yeah, it was tough. I was nervous, but I was also making a lot of mistakes. But I was obviously happy with the out.
I think Philipp might be doing a second push lap here, you know, so we'll see what he does, whether he comes into the pits this time or whether he's going for it. He's all over the place at Stowe.
I feel like the pressure's got to Philipp a little bit here. Philipp.
Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. It's not over yet. Norris at 27.0. Can Philipp Eng beat him through the final corner across the line? No. No, he can't. Norris is the winner.
Congratulations to Lando Norris. Philipp, well, there you go. There's the race announcement. Congratulations. How do you feel after that, Philipp? Lando is left. He's leaving the building.
I forgot to change tires. I thought the tires are changing themselves. Like, you don't need to select them after every run. So I ended up with 22% of tires.
Oh, no.
But anyway, was good fun, and I did a similar lap time in practice compared to what Lando did, so I think it would have been close, but yeah, he's a Formula 1 driver for a reason, so all good.
Yeah, wow. But Philipp, you're a Porsche Super Cup champion for a reason. Don't put yourself down.
No, it's all good. It was good fun. Just did a few mistakes and outbraked myself once into turn 3. But yeah, I was shaking. I could feel the pressure, definitely.
At one moment, Philipp, I thought like you'd reached behind you into the fridge. I heard a sort of sound. Is that what happened? Are you going to put it down to that?
I had a little sip on Hangar Straight, just to stay hydrated and to stay in the focus. Was good.
Well, listen, Philipp, thank you so much for taking part in the challenge. Sadly, you couldn't deny Lando Norris from taking that 1 point, but we wish you all the best, and hopefully we'll see you in the forthcoming next virtual Grand Prix. And best of luck for all the other sim races you're doing coming up.
Thanks, guys, and congrats, Lando. Good job.
Yeah, cheers, man.
Awesome lap.
There you go. Lando, how did you feel after that challenge?
Do you know why I was pole? I think it's because you weren't talking to me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think it's because I can hear you.
I've been told before I need to stop talking in certain moments as well throughout my life. So, so listen, Lando.
It wasn't actually that. Because the first 2 runs he had me, so I was getting a bit nervous, and I had to nail it in that final run, which I didn't nail, but I just did a much better job. So. No, I'm happy so far. I didn't expect to do as well as I'm doing, so it could go downhill from now on, but I'll try and keep
3 points out of 3. You can't ask for more than that.
You can't. Listen, exactly. Lando, congratulations on that. Let's update you on the scores for everybody at home. As you can see, we started off with the Pro-Am face-off. I was getting to see the one and only Ryder Cup man, Ian Poulter, the postman. He always delivers. Well, unfortunately, on this occasion, he couldn't. I don't want to talk about it too much, but he had an absolute shocker in terms of stopping before the race had finished.
He's put it through the wrong letterbox, hasn't he? That's what he's done.
And then he's knocked and asked, can I get that back? And they're not in. They're on holiday for 2 weeks.
So he's had to put one of the little click and collect cards in instead.
Yeah. Listen, I'm hearing in my ear that it is time now. I enjoyed that, Jack. We are going to go.
I wish we had a studio audience, because that was a great gag. Anyway.
This is going to explain to you guys at home the throwback challenge. So here we go. We are going to recreate a famous drive from F1 history. There are 4 objectives based on the historic race. 1 point for each objective completed. The length for the race is 25%. and racing against a field of 19 F1 fans. I'm also going to tell you that myself and Jack, we're going to be the team radio for Lando, and we know how much he enjoys hearing our voice throughout him racing. So there'll be other points up for grabs. But the important question is, where are we going for the throwback challenge? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to Suzuka 1988, Jack. This is an incredibly famous race here.
Well, Senna and Prost came into the championship finale right together, and well, the closing end to the season.
Hello.
Senna stalled on the grid, and he dropped all the way back to 14th position before he could get going again. Prost was leading the way. I think Nigel Mansell was behind him, and yeah, Senna had to fight his way up the order. That was him going past Michele Alboreto on lap 4. And then he hunted down Alain Prost, who was leading, with Ivan Capelli in second place in the Leighton House. What a lovely car that was, one of the first Adrian Newey designed cars. Capelli briefly got the lead from Alain Prost at one point, but before too long, Senna was up into second place. Capelli retired. Real shame.
Electrical fault there, apparently. But Alain Prost had a gearbox issue, but that's to take nothing away from Ayrton Senna because he did overtake.
Yeah, down into turn 1 as they were putting a lap on a back marker. Bit of a twitch there from Senna on the exit. And then he just disappeared with 5 laps to go. He felt a little bit of drizzle and won the race and clinched his first World Championship.
Alain Prost looks very happy there, finishing second.
He does. And is that Thierry Boutsen in third place, I think?
Yeah, a 13-second gap there from Ayrton Senna. Incredible race. 15 out of the 16 races that year were won by McLaren Honda. The other driver to sort of nip one there from those two gentlemen was Gerhard Berger in the Ferrari, and that was at Monza. Monza. So
the greatest Formula One racetrack that there is.
Yeah. So listen, Suzuka 1988. Lando, how are you feeling about this? There's some challenges for you to achieve throughout this, but going to Suzuka 1988.
I'm excited. Like, this is one of the periods that every driver ever will say that they want to drive a Formula One car, and yeah, it's in a McLaren as well. So. I don't know if that was done on purpose.
Oh, massively, 100%, Lando. But importantly, you have these objectives to try and achieve to get your points.
Okay.
So you will start on the grid in 14th place. Then you need to achieve 8th place by the end of lap 2. Then you need to achieve 4th place by the end of lap 4. We will remind you these, of course. And then also for another point, you need to win the race. And you need to finish the race 13 seconds clear of second for another point. And then an additional objectives via the team radio. And guess, Lando, who is going to be in your ear as the team radio?
Oh, no.
Yep, that's right.
It's you.
It's me and Jack. Me and Jack are going to be in your ear, giving you extra points up for grabs. Now, I believe we also have a special guest to join us for this chat. Well, reveal yourself, special guest.
Yo, dude.
Oh, no.
Who have we got?
Dude, everyone.
Who have we got joining us tonight?
You'd win the race, obviously. You'd be leading the race after lap 1, I think.
By turn 1.
By turn 1? Oh, yeah. No, of course. Obviously. You got that wrong, didn't I?
What track are we doing?
Suzuka.
That's not one of your better ones.
Well, I mean, it kind of is, just not the last chicane. That's where it all went wrong this year, so.
Yeah, that's right. You left the door open for Albon. You might as well just wave them by.
Why did I leave it open? Oh, because I got some debris in my brakes.
So,
what are you going to do?
What am I going to do?
You going to win? You
I'll
think
win the
you'll
race, obviously.
All right, well, let's see.
Well, I don't know who these drivers are. I don't know.
Well, Ian
I
had
don't
you
know who
clearly beat.
I beat him. I smashed him.
Yeah, he pulled over. He thought, oh, man, that was going to make him look bad.
Lando, I've got to ask, this is a very famous moment for McLaren's history. Are you feeling a
No
little bit
clue.
of extra pressure on you tonight?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask who was it which did this and who drove in 1998. I don't know. No, I mean I'm happy with 3 out of 3 so far, but I think this is going to be. All of these challenges have just got tougher and tougher. But this is a 1998 McLaren, so this is like, you know, the car which is most out of my comfort zone. It's a different track again, so this is going to be again a very difficult one.
Who won the championship in '98, Lando?
I mean, just to clarify, Lando, this is your boss on the line that we are talking to right now, who is basically saying to you he would like you to win a championship. Are you feeling the pressure? They've
It
muted
was
him.
Hakkinen. It was
It was
Hakkinen.
Hakkinen. What's his first name?
Mika. just
Zach, any other questions for Lando that you'd like to ask on air while you've got him?
No, I'm just going to watch very carefully, make sure he closes the door at the chicane. But, you know, all those racing against him, they know that's his weak spot.
Well, listen, Zach Brown, so lovely to have you on the line. And I'm glad. Have your notebook ready, and you can pass on some notes to Lando at the end. Any final words of encouragement for him?
Yeah, go for it, dude.
cheers, Zach.
Cheers.
Lando, I just need to get you to pick your car, and then we will be ready to race. That is all that we're waiting for now. And you can see the fury in which he's heading down there to choose his car, taking on 19 other F1 fans in the Suzuka 1988 race. First and second to McLaren, Honda, an incredible race. Don't forget, these objectives are so difficult for Lando. He's starting in 14th. He needs to be in 8th place by lap 2. This is a tall order for him.
Yeah, it really is. And they follow one after the other, don't they? So if he doesn't achieve the first one, then he's going to be struggling to achieve the second one, and therefore he's going to be struggling to achieve the third one, and subsequently he'll be struggling to achieve the fourth one as well. So it's important that he gets up to speed fairly quickly, and I think there could be a bit of dive bombing in this race.
There could be a little bit of dive bombing. Interesting enough, though, if he doesn't manage those 4 points that are up for grabs, they're 4 objectives, he does have team radio, which, just to remind everybody at home, that is Jack and I will be setting him 2 challenges throughout that give him a chance to get some extra points. But this is a really tough challenge for him tonight, Suzuka 1988. And so Zach was giving him a bit of a hard time there about the Suzuka race last year, right?
Well, this feels, instead of challenge Lando, it's starting to feel like a Lando Norris roast a little bit, isn't it? When we like get his boss on to like give him some stick about a race moment with Alex Albon in the Red Bull.
But I like the live appraisal. That felt nice. I'd like to be a fly on the wall for those appraisals. Zach doesn't give him any sort of let up there, did he?
No, it seems not.
No.
I don't know whether that happens in real life, because obviously we're just sort of having fun right now. But in the serious business of racing, I don't know if it's a little bit different, perhaps.
Yeah, but his tone almost changed a little bit, Lando. But it does feel like when he was talking to Zach Brown. His tone will have to be on point. He needs to take this seriously. We'll try not to distract him as much as we possibly can before my producer tells me to talk to Lando. But we'll do the best. Do you reckon, and I've asked you all night, you didn't manage to get that challenge 3
How many
correct.
points is Lando getting? That's the question, isn't it? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 available.
6 available, 2 from the team radio, which is yourself and I. And we also have 4 on the track.
4.
50% of the point.
No.
Just over 50%.
4/6, you might say.
Of the points. So this is going to be happening.
2/3.
2/3. I'll take it. Quick maths isn't my thing. Here's the thing, Jack. Suzuka, in terms of the track, the layout, everything that could be a bit of a danger spot for some of these other 19 F1 fans that are going to be racing him. What do they need to look out for?
Suzuka's a really, really tough circuit. There's no margin for error. We saw in the last race with Philipp Eng abusing track limits down at Stowe. We don't like to see that. You won't be seeing that at Suzuka because it's an old school circuit designed by John Hugenholtz, originally as the Honda test track in the 1960s. I want to say 63, but I don't actually have that on the top of my head. But maybe 64. Anyway.
Well, we'll find that out.
Yeah.
But this is it. Suzuka, 1988. Lando Norris, this is his biggest challenge. 6 points up for grabs. We can head there live now. Suzuka, 1988 for the throwback challenge. Best of luck to Lando here.
Okay, so the race is underway, and there's a few people already in the wall. Everybody is in the 1998 historic McLarens. So where is Lando? He's up in a 9th place, I think. Maybe 8th already.
Already?
So, wow. I think he might do this, you know. That's absolutely stunning.
He needs to be in 8th place after lap 1, and he's already in 8th. Oh! Lando! He was there. This is going to be an even bigger challenge now, but he had it. What went wrong there? What happened, Jack?
I think he got a little bit of a nudge from behind. I don't know for sure, but I feel like he got a little bit of a hit up the back coming through the S's, which will be really, really frustrating. So he drops back down to 18th position. I almost feel like he should get that first point because it said achieve 8th by lap 2.
This is very generous of you,
To
Jack.
be fair, he achieved 8th by lap 2. He then lost it, but I still think he achieved it, right?
Yeah, I think.
Do we have any actual judges, or is this just you and me deciding who gets points?
I think we're very much in control.
Great.
In a whole Gfinity arena, which is empty, we are very much in control here.
Oh, that's quick into spoon. He's going to get Sumbro and Sky Black here. Sumbro's gone, Sky Black's gone. They've both taken themselves off into the wall.
He's up into 16th, so he's catching up. We know how much of a good driver Lando is. He got all the encouragement he needed from Zach Brown, his boss of McLaren. And here we go then. Stepping up to... do you know what? I feel like we're going to give him the 1 point there. He did get up into 8th. Lando, how are we feeling after that first lap?
I'm crying.
Okay.
I got taken out. Disqualify this.
I'm glad we muted
Report
there.
him to the stewards. You're my engineers. You need to report him to the...
Yeah, we are. We're speaking to them, Lando. We're speaking to them, Lando. Just focus on the job.
Yeah, that is great team radio there.
Yes.
Lando, we need you to concentrate on the race. We will talk to the marshals. We will talk to everyone involved. So you just focus on the race.
So he's only 1.6 seconds back from Yeetus My Meetus. So I think he can close that down. I think we're lap 2 of 13. I think winning the race is still fairly possible. We'll see what happens. Coming through the second Degner corner, named after a famous motorcycle rider. Oh, I never found out when Suzuka was built, did I?
No.
But I will do now.
The marshals have spoken to me that it's a driver error, technical error. So no one has been disqualified, Lando. I believe Jackie was mouthing the words, "You're having a laugh."
Oh, really? Okay, fine. That explains it. 1962.
Oh,
I went for 63, didn't I?
What a cracking year that was,
Not good enough.
1962.
Right, so Norris onto the brakes, into the final chicane. No one close enough to him to challenge him Albon style. He's in 16th at the moment. Oh, someone rejoining a bit sketchy. So that's up to 15th place. And look at this gaggle of cars up in front. I think before too long, he's going to be involved in a right old fight. Lap 3 of 13. So if he's 4th by lap 4, he will get the next point. So I think are we giving him the 1 point? Did we decide?
I'm hearing by the field marshals who are constantly in my ear that, for a good reason, are telling me he did not get it by lap 2.
But he got up to 8th by lap 2. He did it by the first.
Listen, by the end of lap 2, I'm being told.
Yeah, he got it by the end of lap 2.
I think he was still in
okay.
lap... I mean,
Okay.
I know you're fighting for him, and I know that you
not.
said he was going to get 2/3 of the points here.
I think it's just the wording of the regulations is something we need to look at more closely
And
in
I
the
feel
challenge.
like we are going to have a meeting. We're going to get all the drivers. We're going to get everybody here to talk, but just not now,
Yeah.
I'm being told.
Okay, here we go then. We've got Dengle Kev up in front because Yeetus My Meetus has just got past him. And where is Nando going to try and make the move? Spoon is not the place to overtake, but maybe on the run down into 130R. Back on the power. Back in 1998, of course, 130R was a mega corner until Alan McNish ruined it for everyone by having a massive crash there. Oh, side by side into 130R though. Don't fancy this one. Woo. Does it? Nicely done, Lando. So still, Yeetus my Meetus up in front.
I can only imagine the faces that Lando is pulling throughout this race here. Currently in 14th. The challenges were pretty much he needs to finish the race as the winner. That's another point up for grabs. Then he needs to be 13 seconds ahead of second position. That's going to be really tough.
The 13 seconds thing is gone. I don't think a win is totally gone yet because we're seeing all sorts of chaos on this open lobby, as you might well imagine. There's yellow flags out there everywhere. Oh, Yeetus my Meetus is getting it here into Degner 2 maybe. Doesn't fancy it into the Degner 1 surely. Maybe up into the hairpin. Norris on the power nice and early. Left-hand hairpin coming up next. Oh, Yeetus my Meetus closes the door.
Bit of Punterino going on there.
Yeah. Oh!
No!
Norris in the wall. Did he get hit from behind?
Ericsson hit me.
Oh, wow. What did he say there?
He said Ericsson hit me, which is a callback to the 2018 Azerbaijan Grand Prix where Roman Grosjean crashed and the engineer came on the radio and said, I think you were hit by Ericsson, but actually Grosjean just binned it by himself under safety car. So we've got a yellow flag out in sector 1, lap 5 of 13, so Norris back down to 16th place.
But he's 20 seconds ahead of 17th place, so he shouldn't slip any further after that incident, if we want to call it that. But real tall order here. I mean, there's a chance he might get these 2 points that we're going to offer him in the team radio.
Do you know what those ones are? Have you got them written down, or are you going to make them up?
Yeah. Well, generally, I'm being told that we can make them, choose them. I'm thinking something like maybe in 1 lap, 2 overtakes, give him a point.
Okay.
Or maybe something like next lap, fastest time that he gets, something like that, or give him a point. Not making it too difficult. I feel like this is such a tall order. This is a throwback challenge. We went back to Suzuka 1988 with Ayrton Senna clinched the championship by winning. He started in 14th, so we set objectives for him to try and match, and therefore he'd be given a point, one of which was to get up to 8th from 14th by the end of lap 1. And he wasn't able to achieve that. Then he needed to get up to 4th by the end of lap 4. That was 2 points up for grabs. Still got a chance of getting the next point, which was to win the race. That 4th point is going to be very tricky. He needs to win by 13 seconds. And that is going to be very tough indeed. But he's pushing at Sky Black here. Am I reading that correctly?
Yeah, you are.
Okay, just under 4 seconds ahead here.
Yeah, he's in 16th place at the moment, Lando Norris. There's plenty of yellow flags popping out, but they never seem to give him a position, despite all the chaos that's going on. Back onto the power. Doesn't have the fastest lap of the race, Lando Norris, at the moment. Down the start-finish straight in his lovely 1998 McLaren, which was McLaren's first championship since Senna. Mika Hakkinen winning the title here at Suzuka. I think he wrapped it up, didn't he, in 98?
Well, McLaren have won the most amount of constructors wins here with 9. Of course, Schumacher's won 6 Grand Prix here. Interesting enough, just to explain to everybody, the other drivers on the track at the moment, they answered the call on Twitter to race against one of your F1 drive-in heroes, and that's Lando. So they've stepped up to the plate, and a lot of them are delivering maybe a chance to push their names out there.
Yeah. Although if your name's Yeetus my Meetus, I don't know if you want your name pushed out there, do you? We're about to get Sky Black now, coming up into Spoon Curve. But look, in all, I joke about Yeetus my Meetus, but He's up into 9th place. So that's where Norris would have been if he had got into the top 10. And the rain's coming. The rain is coming.
Which is exactly what happened during the Suzuka 1988.
Oh.
And that lended itself to Ayrton Senna's skill set, and he was able to use that. Lando, it's raining. How are you going to deal with this?
Well, what do you want me to do? Slide box?
No, stay out, stay out.
Okay.
So this is where it could get a little bit sketchy and drivers could start making mistakes and Norris could start to climb the order. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1 already as he comes down into turns 1 and 2. Lap 7 of 13, so we're past half race distance. Yeetus My Metus is up into 8th place.
Every time you say it, it really does tickle me right in the soul.
Right in the meters. I regret saying that. Lap 7 of 13, but what it's worth, Algae 14 V10 is out in front. 3-second time penalty for Reg C. Sleeper Panda in 5th place. Charlie Smith, HD, is in 5th position. Rain continuing to fall up into the hairpin. Seen a lot of wet Japanese Grand Prix over the years. Like you say, that drizzle in 88. Oh, there's a spinner. Who's that? It's Giulio Marti that is facing the wrong way. So Norris gains a place. Other famously wet Japanese Grand Prix include 1994. Damon Hill won on the last aggregate race in Formula One history. Here we go then. Here comes the move on Dengal Kev. We've already passed Dengal Kev once. And Dengal Kev is done.
All right, Lando, this is Team Radio. Tom here speaking to you. Fantastic race so far. Listen, if you can do 2 more overtakes by the end of lap 9, I'm going to give you a point.
All right.
Oh, and he's going to get them from people in the pits. There's 3 people in the pits. So
Boom, done.
Does that count?
Yes,
Actually,
it does, Lando.
I don't get them yet. I could crash.
Oh, yeah, he's got to get to the end of the lap now.
That is what the Team Radio is here for you. That's what we do, Lando. We're a team in this.
Are you sure you didn't want me to box? It's getting real slippery. Oh, my God.
Ow, 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 ow. In.
Oh.
Have we left it 1 lap too long, do you think?
I think you have, mate. You're fired.
Oh, bye. Right, lap 8 of 13. We haven't got a forecast here, you see. He's up into 11th place. We need timing. We need to see what the guys who've pitted, what laps. Oh, that is, the rain's coming down quite heavily now.
Yeah, Team Radio says I reckon you should pit,
someone's
Lando.
off. Oh, it's a bit. He's very strong in these wet conditions. Are you good in the wet in general, Lando? When it rains, are you like, yeah, this is a bit of me?
Most of the time. When I'm quick anyway, yeah.
Well, no, I know you're quick anyway. Here he comes into Spoon Curve. Oh, tiptoeing round.
Am I boxing?
Oh.
Yeah. Team Radio says, yeah, go for it. No, stay on.
Which one?
I think stay out. I think you've got to stay out.
All right.
Sliding everywhere, though, Team Radio. We're going to have a discussion about this, Jack. What are the...
Well, because if he pits now, then he's on lap 10 of 13 and is right at the back. So I think the gamble, we've got to go, whoa! We got to, we don't want to be...
I'm only on lap 9, by the way.
He's only on lap 9.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
You probably should have boxed. You're up into 4th place, though. This is great. You're going to win.
Yes, Lando! Go!
This is going to be... Yeah, but this is your moment to be Marcus Winkelhock.
Yeah, do you know how he finishes the race?
Yeah, last, but that's not the point.
Oh, do I get drift points?
Yeah, drift. That's my point.
Yeah.
Drift points. So let's see what drift you can do up through Dunlop. Oh. Yeah, I don't think you haven't got enough grip, Lando. Oh, that's a great drift. That's okay. Point one. That was a brilliant drift.
So there you go, Lando. 2 points. Congratulations. That is what a team's about. I feel like you should box.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's too late to box. We've committed to the strategy now. This is so stressful being...
I can't be a team radio person.
No, nor can I.
No, it's just... I feel like there's a lot of pressure on me.
Yeah, Lando, it's really difficult and pressurized being a race engineer.
Whoa!
That was a big moment. Oh, and you know who... Oh! Okay, box this lap, Lando. Box this lap.
Yeah.
Box confirm.
But let's retire the car, guys.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Some people are questioning whether Lando's been let down by his race engineers.
Who's questioning that?
I think a lot of people on Twitter right now with the hashtag challenge Lando. But I feel like we gave him the best opportunity to push himself.
For me, in these scenarios, you're not going to win if you don't take risks. You're not going to win if you don't take risks.
Yeah.
And it turns out you're not going to win if you do take risks either.
Lando, do you feel like we've let you down?
Yeah, completely, mate.
Okay, completely. Not even an
Got a tear come around my eye when I said that as well.
Lando, look, we can make it up in the next throwback challenge. There isn't one today, but I mean, you know. Listen, come and say aye. We've got a cuppa on. We've got a cup of tea on the go.
Oh, I'm in the pits now.
Okay, good work.
That's great.
Wait. They put me on another set of slicks.
Oh, no.
Was that our job? Were we meant to tell the team?
Yeah.
Oh, this is embarrassing. I guess what we're watching really is how not to be a team engineer. I thought I'd written down a note and got someone else to take it over, but they were work experience. So maybe they took the wrong way, or...
Oh, he is out on another set of slicks.
Oh, that is awful. You're going to have to pit again, Lando. Listen, I've got a great CV. I'm going to get that checked and send that off on Monday, Jack. I don't know about you.
Lando, do you think we'll be replacing Jarv? Is Jarv going to be worried about his job now?
No, he's in America. He's gone now, so I need someone. But I know not to call.
Okay, this hasn't gone well, has it? And look at that. After all of that, Yeetus My Meetus is in 5th place.
What a great race, Yeetus. Can we go into their car or?
We're very sorry, Lando. Oh, okay. This is
This is. Let's just end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you having fun though, Lando?
No, not at all.
I'm pretty sure Zach stopped watching after the first couple of laps.
Yeah. After I got hit off.
Yeah. I honestly thought staying on slicks. I wasn't doing it for comedy. I really thought the track would come to him.
Yeah. I think we should jump to maybe the front of the field. There we go. Moved on a lot. Now we're in Yeetus, and then we've gone on. We're moving up. Now we're back to Lando. Well, do you know what? I've enjoyed it. It's not what we expected. It's not what we wanted as a team today. But I feel like...
the whole team can take lessons from this. We'll go back to the factory and look through the data and see what we could have improved. A shout out to Felix F, who looks like he's going to...
Felix F minus.
Felix F minus, yeah. He looks like he's going to win the race. Although, is he out on slicks as well?
I tell you what, Felix F minus, if he manages to get 13-second win over ALG14 _ V10, do you know what? I'll give Lando an extra point. It just feels right. Not that I can. I'm not allowed to, but, you know.
Yeah, if I wasn't allowed to give him one for achieving an objective initially, you can't be allowed to give them one for someone else achieving the objective.
As the host of the F1 Esports hashtag challenge, Lando, I merely just asked the questions.
Oh, okay. I thought you were pulling out the big I am there.
No, definitely
As the
not.
host of the F1 Esports challenge, Lando, I can do whatever I want.
No, I'm being categorically told I do not have that power. But look, it's a great race. Obviously, this is a driver who's pitted and changed the tyres. This is where Lando could have been had we been better team engineers.
Look, I think there was a lot of things that were involved. He got hit on the opening lap after a great start. Oh, he's facing the wrong way again. He got hit at the start. He got hit again by Ericsson. And then, yes, we made the wrong decision to not pitting him sooner. And
he's refusing to...
yeah, I think, yeah.
That's it.
That's a show of defiance.
Yeah.
But Felix has done a good job. 8.7 seconds clear of ALG 14, and Salioli... Yeetus My Metus is up into third! Yeetus My Metus! It's up into third! What a drive! What a man! If he's a man, maybe he's a woman.
I mean, if there's one name to take away, it's definitely Felix F-. But Yeetus My Metus, what a race that driver has had today.
The other thing is, I'm just assuming it's Yeetus My Metus. I don't know what the last letter is because it's too long for the box. So it could be Yeetus My Meaton.
Of course. Do let us know. Hashtag challenge though. Lando, have you changed your tyres?
Yeah, I changed them myself.
And how do you look like you're driving a lot better. It seems to be working.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I put wet tires on, and when it's wet, and they're grippier than slicks.
Yeah, well, look,
not enjoying the sass really. There, I'm your race engineer. You're not. I don't really like that attitude.
Yeah, I do.
Lando, we've jotted it down just in case we are your team engineers in the future. So wet tyres for wet. Jotting that down, Lando.
Yeah, cheers.
Okay, that is great. That is good. Okay, team meeting done. Do you want us to put anything on for you, like a particular drink when you finished, or something to eat, nibbles, snacks?
Canapes.
We can't prepare them in this.
A good old Coke would be nice.
Okay, all right, yeah. Diet?
No.
Okay.
Zero.
There are other brands available, so we'll see what we've got in the fridge.
Coke.
Okay, perfect. There you go. That shouldn't be too difficult. Oh, I feel bad. I feel bad, Jack.
Are you on your last lap, Lando, or?
Oh no.
No. Okay, fine.
Got a few more to go, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I may as well ask you now, while you're trying to stay on the track. Has it been an enjoyable evening for you in the hashtag challenge, Lando?
Well, it has, and it started off very well. And coming into this race, I did say it could all go downhill. And here I am.
But I feel
But it's
like.
been
But I feel like
it was good fun.
You've been.
Even this race is still good fun. I mean, let's just take a 6 off that position that I'm in right now, and then it looks much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you see, the thing is, Landon, I have to say, Lando, that everyone has seen your determination, your grit to keep going in these periods. But in sim racing, you know, it's what's ahead of you, and that collision early doors really, you know, you suffered. Felix F-, just to let you know, has won the race.
Congrats to Felix. I'm going to steal his race engineers for the next.
Algae 14 has finished in second, and it's a podium. It's a podium
for YMM.
Yeetus My Metus.
So there you have it. Lando, I take nothing away from your driving. You've been fantastic today. I'll let you finish this last lap. Not long to go now.
Will he get to the end of the race before the game time's out? That's the.
I'm not that slow.
You can get a point. You got 2 minutes to get to the line, and we'll give you a point if you make it to the end before the game closes. 16th at the moment. Bit of a lift and a downshift through 130R. And then into the chicane. Giving it full revs. Lando Norris, yes! Nicely done. Out across the line, and it is a 16th place finish. He finishes exactly where he started. After all that, after 13 laps of racing, a 16th to 16th, and I feel partially responsible.
Well, there you go. He celebrates as he should do. Adversity he faced throughout there, not just his team radio. We gave him 2 points, so I don't feel that bad.
Yeah.
Which means we'll get the final scores for hashtag Challenge Lando. Lando, I think you've been fantastic. Talk us through tonight. What's been a highlight for you?
What's been a highlight? What's been a highlight? The first 3 races, the chance to get a race to race against Ian, the chance to race against Philip and also Dino. You know, sometimes it doesn't always. You can't win them all. You know, I won 3. You can't win them all. I can win the last one, so I just need to work on it for next time.
Lando, you've been a great sport. Thank you so much for taking all of our abuse and all that kind of stuff. Really appreciate it. Great fun.
Nah, thanks to you too. I mean, you know, you got a good old list to work on for next time, but
yeah,
there's always a second chance, you know.
Yeah, we'll run Carlos's car next time.
Yes, please.
Okay, well, listen, Lando, I can tell you that you got 5 points in the hashtag Challenge Lando. Go, take a lie down, relax. Best of luck with your next stream for raising more money. And you didn't tell us, what colour are you going to dye your hair?
No, I didn't hit that benchmark, so I have to. That was the 15,000 benchmark, and we didn't get that, but we still got 11 point. Oh, we got 12 grand in the end. So, I ordered my my hair trimmer on Amazon earlier today. So in a few days, all my hair will be gone.
Okay. Wow. We look forward to that. Lando, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Thank you very much for being a fantastic sport. There it is.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
The F1 Esports hashtag Challenge Lando. Jack, we come to the end of the evening. What an evening it's been. It's had a bit of everything.
A bit of everything and an awful lot of stupidity, hasn't it? It was. I've enjoyed it. You know, it's been good. It's been nice seeing Lando up against different challenges and.
What a great sport!
What a really great sport. I feel a bit bad for him after that last race, but I honestly, and I'm not joking here. I honestly thought it was best to keep him out on slicks because I think if he pitted, he would have just been at the back on wet tyres. You know, this gave him the chance to be further forward, but unfortunately, he's no Yeetus Mimitus.
Well, listen, when we have that disciplinary meeting, I think you've done yourself very well there. You've got ammunition there to take into the meeting. Listen, guys, thank you for joining us for the first ever F1 Esports hashtag Challenge Lando. We're going to be back here in 7 days' time at the Gfinity Arena in London at 8 p.m. because we are going to the Vietnam Virtual Grand Prix, but taking place on the Melbourne circuit, as you can see in front of you. So that is next Sunday, 5th of April, 8 p.m. You know exactly where you need to be. And after last week's inaugural event, loads of people are wanting to take part, so do not miss it. It's going to be fantastic. My thanks to Jack Nichols. We'll be back here Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your week and stay safe.